What up?
Welcome back to All Seeing Guys, episode 17.
Can you believe it?
Episode 17.
What a wonderful...
That's fucking crazy, man. We're heading up to 20 pretty fast.
Yeah, man. We're knocking them out of the park.
And it is 2016 now.
Yes. Well, we mentioned that in the last
time.
We have.
When we recorded it last time, we were recording it in
wasn't.
2015.
It wasn't.
Yes. So once again, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I hope this is our year.
Greg.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Joe. Happy New Year. And to all of you listening, Happy New Year. Each episode, we seem to be gaining a bigger audience.
Yeah.
We seem to be... so if you're new, then welcome.
To this fucking weird little world that we live in.
If you're new, check out our past episodes. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud. Drop us an email. Say hello. We've got so much shit coming this year. We've got some pod crossovers. We've got guests. We'll be recording some bits out and about too. So there's so much to be looking forward to this year, I think, for the show.
We're taking on a whole different dimension.
Yeah, we're really changing up a bit. Like, well, not changing up too much. We're not going to change the whole format, to be honest with you. But while I'm on that note...
There's not much you can change to two dudes sitting around drinking beers and talking shit.
We're going to add people, I guess, but we really want to push the show this year. We're not going to do like a Patreon page and ask for your money. We don't need that. We don't want that. All we need, maybe, if you'd be nice enough to, is just share the episodes, share the show, tell people about it.
Like interact,
tweet it, Facebook it.
All the people that have interacted with us and sent us stuff on our Facebook page that we've, it's even just things that we've talked about on previous episodes. We're very, very grateful. But yeah, don't be if you've liked the page, don't be afraid to interact with us.
Yeah, of course. And also, like, if you're listening to it on SoundCloud, like them, repost, share them. If you're listening on iTunes, please just do us a solid. We'd really appreciate it. Just go onto the rating bit. Go onto the rating bit. Rate us out of 5 stars. Obviously, please give us 5. That'd be amazing.
Rate the shit out of us.
Rate it. Give a positive comment, because the more that happens, the more we get exposure on iTunes, and also we get suggested more, and it just gives us more exposure. It'd be fucking amazing if you could do that for us. Other than that, thanks for listening.
Lovely.
Happy New Year, once we were saying. So how was everyone's New Year? How was yours, Joe?
Yeah, blurry.
Blurry indeed, man.
The best description. We played as dice rollers down the fighting cocks for New Year's.
We played as dice rollers, yes.
As our alter egos. One of our many alter egos. People are going to think we're like schizophrenic with the amount of fucking...
We are a bit, I think.
But yeah, man, it was really good. We had the gig was fucking solid. Everyone seemed to have a good time.
Yeah.
I think it's because we were on when people weren't sober but also weren't wasted.
So we were on about 10 o'clock, so
yeah.
It was a good time.
It was a nice little, there was a good sort of like drunk buzz going on. Everyone was having a bit of a dance and shit.
Which we appreciate.
Yeah. And then I just ended up drinking whiskey and coke out of Prosecco glass all night.
Man, Prosecco was the drink of choice.
Flying around, wasn't it?
All the girls at Prosecco. Lizzie was very excited there at Prosecco.
Yeah, man, that got flown around.
Karina was a bit upset you had a swig of her Prosecco.
No, she had like half a bottle like out the back when we were playing, and she put it near the stage, and I was just like, oh, brilliant! Like, what's more hip hop than a bottle that looks like what's more hip hop than Prosecco? So I picked it up, and she just went, no, put it down,
it's Joe.
Mine.
You're not to be doing that.
I was just like, I was on stage, I was getting like told off. I was like, it's a prop. I'm not gonna have any Prosecco. I don't want any. And then like at the end of the night, I found like half a bottle of it, and then was just drinking that, or just giving it to Amy. I think like
Prosecco for me is just like wedding toasts.
That's very true. Yeah.
But I've started.
How was your New Year? I know we were in the same place.
It was the same. I had a great time. It was good to see everyone down. It was a good crowd.
Good. Trevor and Sam came along.
Yeah, Trevor and Sam came down with my friends from Kent. They had a good time. Everyone was on it. It was a good crowd. The regulars were out. The staff were on top form.
Yes. yes, they were. Yes.
We're recording this episode, obviously, back at HQ now, which is Joe's gaff.
My gaff.
I've got a beer in front of me and a lemsip, because I'm a bit...
You're a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, I feel a bit better than I did yesterday, but I wasn't not... I like recording these things. I wasn't going to call in sick.
No. I like coming to work.
We're recording this, even though it won't be out for a little while, because we know we have the time, so we're going to do it. We're actually recording this on the day everyone seems to be going back to work after Christmas. And it's January the 4th.
It's the greatest feeling to not have to go to work whilst everyone else has because all these it's like all the offices over here and stuff like that, as they do anyway. If you work in an office, they pretty much shut down at Christmas.
Yeah.
And then they go back again at the start of January. But we obviously are mugs because we work in retail, and we had like one day off during that entire time.
Yeah.
So
you have a week off now, though.
I do have a week off now.
It's amazing.
Yeah, probably going to go to IKEA.
Nice. What for the week?
Yeah, you know, just
for the week.
just live there. I mean, they've got rooms.
I'm just gonna go there and just see you sleeping in one of the beds, and shitting in one of the fake toilets.
Yeah, dude, don't you want to do that?
Putting your Bill Murray book up on one of the Billy Bob bookshelves.
But not leaving it there because it's a priceless heirloom.
They've all moved in now.
That's it.
This episode is going to be a segment special.
Yeah, because we've obviously we've got a few sort of segments that we've done in the last sort of 16 episodes or 15 episodes or whatever, however many are out right
16.
now. And we've had a few different ideas for segments, and then along the way we kind of thought of other ideas that we could do. So really, this is just an entire episode of all the segments.
It's a
that we do on the
showcase.
show.
Yeah. As Joe said, we've been kicking around some ideas for changes to make the show, keep it fresh. So we've had some great segment ideas. We won't do them every week. We'll rotate them. They would include Gee's Drop-In, Joe's Corner of Fear, and Be In Your Bonnet, and you didn't ask for it, but here's advice anyway. They're not going away. We just added a few more.
Yeah.
But it won't be the same ones every week. We'll mix it up. But this episode, we're going to do a segment showcase. So all the regulars and the new ones, all with new jingles.
Oh, yes.
Brand
new for 2016.
So it should be fun. Let us know if you have any ideas of segments you'd like us to do.
We're very open.
We want the show completely
to
evolve.
other people's ideas.
We want it to evolve at the point of it becoming not what it was originally. We just want to tweak it.
Absolutely.
There's a podcast I listen to that I quite like, and they've recently made the jump to making it almost like a YouTube show, and to me it's kind of lost its appeal now.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a Kevin Smith one, Fat Man and Batman, and they're a geeky podcast. I enjoy listening to it, but now it's now he used to be smoking all the way through, and he'd be so high, and it was awesome. But now it's just him sat, and the guy he does it with, Mark Bernard, just seems so much more. I'm a celebrity now, so I'm going to make more jokes and talk and be more animated. Make more jokes about the fact that I'm black and no one knows I'm black. But we do now because we can see you on YouTube.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And it's just I know it's lost it to me a bit. That's a lesson they're obviously aiming towards having a TV show. That's what they're going for. We're not doing that. We just want to keep doing the podcast and just get it out there.
Do you think with half the shit we've said on here, do you think they'd put us on TV?
No, I don't think they would. But you could do a YouTube show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do
I want to be able to say whatever the fuck I want.
If we ever did a YouTube show, I don't even want to do 4 or 5 a year for the Crikey That's Food segment we had an idea for.
That's good.
That's the only way I'd want to do it. If we did one episode every 2 months or one a month, and we just did a Crikey That's Food.
Yeah.
And we know nothing about food. And we just did short 20-minute episodes. I'd love that.
That'd be so good.
We're looking to doing that later on in the year. We're going to start with Gee's Drop-In, which, again, for all new listeners, we're going to explain each segment here. Mm-hmm. It's a snippet of conversations. When you're out and about and you hear people in the street pass you by and you hear a snippet of their conversation, or you're on the train or the bus and you hear someone on the phone, that's what it is. It's just those one-line glimpses into someone else's conversation or story they're telling, and we make note of them, and then we discuss what they could be talking about, or just take the piss.
Most likely take the piss.
Yeah, it's pretty fun though. If you listen out, you can hear some fucking really funny things. People
when you just get that perfect snippet of conversation.
Yeah, we first had the idea when we were walking around London, and we just heard a few people walk past saying things, and I was like, "Fuck, we could just make note of these." And we left that day with loads of them. And I've been doing it since, and I have so many written down. Let's see what we've overheard this time. This is Gee's Drop-In. Having a listen. I wonder if I could rip a man's jaw clean off. That'd be a good test.
A test of what?
What is he trying to test?
What are you trying to test?
I wonder
how much
if
of a
I could
maniac
rip
you
a
are.
man's jaw clean off.
I want to take his jaw off.
That was fun enough. On the way to the pub, you text me a good Gee's Drop-In you heard.
In the pub?
No, you were in the pub. I was on my way to the pub.
Yeah.
And you texted me a good Gee's Drop-In you had heard. And I was like, oh man, that's awesome. As soon as I applied, I passed this guy having a cigarette outside. And that's just what I heard him say to his group of friends. And I was just like, oh yes.
I remember the one I heard as well, yeah. It was, some guy was on his phone and it was just like, what have I done? I haven't shit on the carpet in a week.
What is he, a dog?
I don't know.
Was he? Is it that Wolfrid show?
I like that it's such a common occurrence that he's really proud of himself that he hasn't done it for an entire week. Just getting home and shit in the carpet.
Oh man, you ever shit on the carpet?
Never.
I don't think I have.
Shit my pants.
You pissed on the carpet?
No.
No, I
don't think I've defecated on the
defiled a carpet.
Yeah, I don't think I've
anyway,
ever
shit
defiled a
before.
carpet. I haven't even spunked on a carpet.
Wow.
I know, right?
Fucking hell. I wonder what he had done to like that was that was his go-to save. Like,
Yeah.
line,
It's just like, hang on, wait, I know that angry voice. I've shit on the carpet
I
again.
haven't shit on the carpet in a week, so you cannot be this level of angry.
Yeah.
I just slept with my sister. Yes, that's true.
Yes, but
and I shit on
didn't
her
shit-
carpet. I didn't shit on your carpet.
I didn't shit on your carpet.
You know, if what's love, then that.
There you go. Going back to yours, do you think you could pull off a man's jaw?
No.
No.
I don't think I could pull off a man's jaw.
No.
I imagine it'd be fucking
try
hard.
it now.
I don't want to try it. No, I don't want to. No. What a ridiculous concept.
Now I've got fingers
I mean,
covered
it'd be
in
awesome
spit.
in a film.
Yeah, well, there's been films, isn't there?
Yeah,
But,
there's been films.
zombies. There's been films. They exist. There's but like in a zombie film, I swear I saw it. Like some fucking zombie just
I
completely
swear it's happened in
smacks
like
the jaw
Walking
off.
Dead and shit.
Yeah,
but, like,
completely.
But just to turn and grab a man's jaw and just rip it out.
Ridiculous.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, what you done there?
Just drop me your iPad. That's got all my notes on it.
Oh.
I actually have one more gear shopping, and it's one that I said would never do. But I had to write it down. It's actually one that I heard Joe say. And there's no way I could not write it down. Because he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to, I think he was talking to Jack at the pub. And I wasn't even involved in the conversation. I just overheard Joe say, "Oh, it's been a while since I've snorted Tabasco."
Ah, yeah. Oh, wow.
And that, it wasn't a while after that.
It wasn't,
It was
no.
like days without incident went back to 0 that day.
Days without a Tabasco-based accident.
When you and Jack snorted Tabasco. What did you do a shot of?
I want to say tequila.
So you snorted Tabasco and then a shot of tequila. And you were like, yeah, we're fine. I put a video of it on Facebook, and then minutes later, they're in the toilets just... funny. So funny.
It was the thing is as well, like, because it's you only do it out one nostril, but then that side of your face is like on fire. So your other side of your face is fine.
You're like an internal Two-Face, the Batman.
You
villain.
you look like Two-Face, but only because you've snorted Tabasco. That's a cheap. Here you go for Halloween. If you ever want to dress up as Two-Face, just stick a load of Tabasco up your nose. That's what I did at New Year.
What?
Or somewhere that involved a straw in my drink. I had like a drink, and I had a straw in it, but like the straw kept getting in the way, and I didn't take the straws out, so it was just up my nose. So I just closed my nostril and just sort of like drank my drink through my nose, and then just like, it's because you're not supposed to, obviously, because it's ridiculous. I just sort of coughed and spluttered everywhere, and then just a load of snot just fucking fell out of my fucking nose. And I'm pretty sure that was New Year's Eve. If not, it was the night
I thought you were going to
before.
say you snorted a drink up through the straw.
Well, yeah, no, I did. I snorted it via
Like
the
a
straw
whole
up my
shot.
nose, like so, just like, but not a decent amount. But
Well,
it's
to be
still,
fair, you stuck condom up your nose and
there's a lot of things I've stuck up my nose.
out your mouth.
Yeah.
I wonder the things that are up there. You know, there's like
lost treasure.
colonoscopies where they like
Nick Cage is currently rummaging around trying to find National Treasure 3 up my nose.
trying to find the script for it.
That's it,
Why
yeah.
haven't they called me yet? Why isn't it happening? Gaze dropping, having a listen.
Yeah.
We're going to go on to a new segment now.
Is it?
We were recently made aware of some website. I first heard it on Strange Times. Then in a Facebook chat with one of the hosts, Davian Dent, he gave us the link because I told him I might have fun if what it was. And basically, it brings up things people were typing into porn search engines.
Yeah.
It brings up like a live feed. You can filter it to like gay, straight, she-male, worldwide, individual
You
countries.
can choose the countries, can't you?
Yeah, it's a real look into people's preferences. So funny. The first time I looked at it, I saw Foot Detective come up. Someone searched Foot Detective.
Foot Detective.
And honestly, guys, it's so
That's
so
like-
deprived. You just click this link and it just brings up a feed.
See, because I remember you sharing it with me, and then I kind of got into it because it was just really, really funny. But I swear to God, I saw things on there where it's just like your typical like names and like certain things, and then all of a sudden it will just have like someone searching for recipes.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's not Google. Like don't Google things like that. Like
So it basically just brings up what people are typing into porn websites,
So
what they're
fucking
searching
funny.
for, what videos they're looking for, and it brings up what they've typed in, and it's quite an eye opener to what's going on around us. So we were thinking, how can we make this into a segment? How can we use this without just reading them out?
yeah.
How can
It
we
has to
do
be
this?
something we kind of wanted to make it a little bit different because as funny as it would be just to read out all these
Which we do quite
fucking
often
things.
down the... That's how we help name shots down the pub.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, we kind of came up with a slight idea.
Joe had a great idea.
Oh, you know what? I've just realised what the other fucking name was for the that we were going to call this segment.
What?
Wankety Wank.
Oh, wankety wank. That does make more sense, actually. Maybe we
fuck
should
it.
call it... Because we still could call it wankety wank.
Yeah, but you put all the effort into the jingle.
Yeah, but it hasn't got the name of it in there. The jingle doesn't have the name of what we've called it in there.
I mean, it only works because it's like, I mean, basically the scenario for this segment. Maybe we should play the jingle first. And then...
Explain it first.
All right. Well, so the idea we came up with was that like I wrote like a little story, but with blanks in it. So what we're gonna do is during this story we're gonna fill in the blanks with porn searches. Oh dear! I tell you what, if you prefer,
so we were calling it natural porn killers.
Yes.
But I prefer wankety wank.
because it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
It fits in with the blanks.
Because of like the blankety
So we're
blank
going to call
show.
it wankety wank. So yeah, Joe writes a little story. He leaves blanks, and I fill them in with someone's search from this porn
That's it.
search engine, and we see where the story takes us. So let's do it. This is the segment. We're going to call this
Wankety wank.
wankety wank.
I'm on the middle six, and these are my middle six.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is a story about little Susie. It was Susie's birthday and she was turning 8 years old. She was excited because she was getting
A taboo hand job.
as a present from her parents and was having a party. On the morning of the party, Susie's mum asked her to go to the shops to get some last-minute things for the party. Susie walked down the road to Mr. Patel's
Slave maid.
shop and walked in. "Hello, Susie. Happy birthday," said Mr. Patel. "Hello,"
Arab sodomy.
said Susie. "I need to get these things for my party. I need 4,
Black cocks.
a,
Fucking machine. Sexy bra.
and
Perfect granny feet.
also
British chav.
1 more,
No lube.
and also a..."
Light spanking.
My, that sounds like you're having a hell of a party," said Mr. Patel as he gathered all her items. "There you go, Susie," he said. "Say hello to your mum for me and tell her that I have that
Butt plug.
she asked about. Okay, bye." And Susie walked home to prepare for her
Obese anal cream pie.
party. That went so much better than I fucking realised.
Honestly, if you guys, if you
man.
want to write us a story,
Yeah, fill in the blanks.
write in a story, leave some blanks for comedy value, and we'll
God.
fill them with what we find on this website
Please
of
do.
people's porn searches. Email it to us at allseeingguys@gmail.com or inbox us on the Facebook page, the All Seeing Guys podcast with Greg and Joe, and or tweet us at allseeing. You write a short story,
Dear Lord.
a little short page, and leave blanks, and we'll
Literally-
fill them with what we can.
Fuck me, that was so much better than I realised it was.
Perfect granny feet. And honestly, it wasn't even like we spent hours going through that. Joe gave me the story, and I looked at the site and wrote down the first few that came up, and it was done in seconds.
Literally.
And that's the first time Joe heard it. We didn't practice it beforehand.
Took me
I
like-
wanted him to hear the value.
Took me like 10 minutes to write the fucking story.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, mate, I'm going to look forward to fucking doing that again. That's going to be so good.
But it'd be great if you guys could write a story. Next time I can write a story and you can find the words. Like, we'll
Perfect.
mix it up. But if you guys write a story, I'd really appreciate that.
You are very welcome to write
If
us
not,
little
we'll have to
stories.
start diving into like kids' books.
Yeah, that's it.
Like the Ladybird
Yeah,
books.
it works so much better when children are involved for some reason.
When I first got that and I looked at it, I remember like Fallout came up. Fallout 4 came up.
Fallout 4 porn.
The things, man,
I
getting
tell you what,
searched.
man, post-apocalyptic porn is the new way to go.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the new one. That's we should have put that in the calling it. I'm calling it. That's going to be the most popular porn of 2016.
Well, it was not long after the game came out and it had already come up, hadn't it, when we looked?
Again, I think that was just someone confusing their porn search engine with Google.
Why isn't this game playing? I'm
This
trying
isn't
to...
a game I got. There's vaginas in it.
Oh, man, I'm logging into the site now. I just want to have a quick look and just see what quickly comes, just to show
What's
you
coming
how
up?
ridiculous it is. What comes up straight away? So the first thing that just came up is period fuck.
Ah,
MILF Latino, Gwyneth Paltrow. It's a bit weird,
That's
isn't
someone
it?
into
a magic mirror.
I think someone searching Gwyneth Paltrow was actually just looking for skeleton porn.
Dr. Spycam.
Dr. Spycam.
I like to think that's his name.
Dr. Spycam, we'll see you
I
now.
liked pajamas. Purely pajamas. Dr. Spycam. I like
Dr.
that a lot.
Spycam.
That's awesome.
We should find that guy's porn.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's going to be a new segment we'll keep rotating going
I
forward.
don't care if anyone enjoyed it. I loved it. That was brilliant.
The next one we've got coming up is one you've heard before. We're going to be going into the old classic, Bee in Your Bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just where we take little annoyances or bothers that are too small for their own episode.
Many annoyances.
Little things that annoy us. You know, we did do an entire episode dedicated to mini bees in our bonnets, and we'll probably do another one in the future. But for now, it's just going to remain a little segment. Just little things that annoy you that, you know...
We'll probably do like an update in 2016 at some point.
Yeah, I imagine so. But, you know, daily things that annoy you that aren't really overly worth mentioning to people, but just play in the back of your mind. That's what Bee in Your Bonnet is.
Yeah.
So, this is Bee in Your Bonnet.
Shut up!
People who queue up in shops and don't have the money ready till they get to the fucking checkout.
It's usually old people as well.
Boots is a prime fucking one of this one, man. Like, you're queuing up and there's a big old queue and you just got your sandwich and what have you. And there's those people, you've been queuing for a while and the person in front of you gets to the queue, stands there, they put it all through, then rummage through their bag trying to find their purse or wallet, then get the purse or wallet out, then rummage through trying to find their fucking Boots card. Then I'm always stuck behind some fucking arsehole who's like, my Boots card, where is it? Why wasn't it? You've been queuing for fucking ages. Why wasn't it ready already? Why haven't you got it out already?
I've never known someone to have more incidents in Boots than you do.
Oh man, I've many incidents in Boots. But fuck it, like, be ready. Why
Yeah.
are you not ready yet?
Absolutely.
You're holding everyone up.
I'm going to add to that as
Well,
well.
fucking lunch break.
I'm going to add to that. People that are on their phone whilst fucking going to like pay for stuff.
Yeah.
People that is like the rudest shit in the fucking world.
If that's the case with me, say I'm on the phone, I always make a point of when I get to the person serving me of actually putting the phone away and being like, hello, like saying hello.
Yeah. Acknowledging them.
Yeah, and then saying to the person in front, I'm just at checkout, like making the point.
Yeah.
But there was that woman in Sainsbury's, wasn't there? It was last year, who refused to serve somebody who was on their phone, and it divided the internet
Completely.
because some were like, well, I agree with what she did. Some were like, well, no, that's her job. Like, if I'm a consumer, why can't I not be on the phone?
And the people that are on the side of the person using their phone are the people that are using their fucking phones. Fuck them. It's so fucking rude, and it annoys the shit out of me. Like, when it happens to me at work, I literally make no attempt to fucking speak to the person.
But I kind of like it if I'm serving someone on the phone, so I don't have to talk to them.
This is the only
I know
other
they're
thing,
not a mystery shopper.
The only other thing that you can try and do is try and like sneak things in there. It's like, would you like a big cock with that, sir? And it's like, sorry, what? And just like, well, see, if you were on the phone, you would have heard what I said, you know? Like, if you weren't on the phone, you would have heard what I just said, and I just offered you big cocks.
The other month, this shows no one pays attention to what you say. The other month, I accidentally told somebody, they asked what colour the chinos were. I misread it. Rather than khaki colour, it was down as like khaki bouquet or something, and I called it bukkake.
Some cummy coloured design.
Just not being listened to. Like, I remember I served a guy come in once and was like, he bought some swim shorts. And he's like, best swim shorts I ever had. I had a pair of these and I love them. I need to get a new pair now. And I went to say, yeah, you're getting an upgrade. And I don't know, I mixed words together and somehow went, yeah, new gammy. New gammy's not a word. But the customer went, yeah, well, that's it, innit? Yeah.
To him, it's a word.
But that's my bee in the bonnet. People who aren't ready and they hold you up.
It's
because they weren't ready. I'm ready, man.
Yeah.
I know what's in my wallet. I'm ready to go. If it's on card, there's my card. It's in my hand. I'm ready. If it's cash, I've got it. I know. I'm not going to stand there for ages going, I can't find it.
You know how much you're spending, and you've got that fucking money, whether it be a fucking note or exact change, you've got it there, ready to go to speed up the process.
The one time I was caught off guard was when we were uptown recently. And we met like Jack, Callum, Jamie from the Cox.
Yeah.
We met them for like food before, and they went off to go. They had to go to some show for work. They had to go like to some brewery and like
yeah.
and we went off and got drunk and high.
Yeah.
And then we went to Five Guys, and I was like, I don't want to go. I'm too high. I don't really go in there. I've got to look people in the eye. It's too well lit. And I got in there, and I was like, there's a queue, so I can gather my thoughts. But as soon as I walked in, the queue vanished, and the guy was like, next, and I was completely like unprepared, and I was thrown in at the deep end, and I was just like, can I please get like rummaging through my wallet while I'm trying to order, because I was just like, oh my god, I don't want to be that guy. Like,
I don't want to be that Five Guys.
But yeah, that's my one. People that do not have their shit together.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on the phone one. But again, if I'm serving, I don't mind it.
Yeah. Really?
Not really, because I don't have to talk to them.
That's true. I mean, I don't.
And I know they're definitely not a mystery shopper.
That's very true. I just think it's like the peak of rudeness, man. I just think it's bullshit.
It is rude.
I don't. The people that if I'm still serving them and they finish the phone call and then go, I'm really sorry about that. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Because that I consider that an acknowledgement, and they know that they're being an arsehole.
Serving a customer who answers their phone while you're serving them, but don't say sorry. I need to take this. Just put it out and start talking. Or even more confusing, do the old hands free.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're not talking to me. You're on
I think
the
it's
phone.
always.
If you're serving them, do you just stand there?
Yeah.
While they take their phone call? Or do you walk away? But what if they want you back afterwards? Like, what do you do?
I had like one. It was a woman. A woman was on her phone, and I was like, I did did like the whole transaction, and then just left it there. And then like she finished her phone call, and was just like, "Don't I get a bag?" And I was like, "Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your phone call to ask you if you wanted a fucking bag."
5p, please.
Yeah. Great. Now I've got to put that through. Brilliant. As a separate transaction. No, you can't get a refund on the bag, dickhead.
So that's what bee in the bonnet is.
Pretty much.
If you guys have any bee in the bonnets, please, man, send them to us, man. We want to talk about them. We want to know what pisses you off. We want to know your bees in the bonnet.
Yeah. I mean, the one I'm bringing up is dickhead vegans.
Oh, of course.
I feel like I've also mentioned vegans in the
past. Because
past.
it's not vegans per se. Like I respect your fucking lifestyle choice by all fucking means, man. Who the fuck am I to fucking judge? But it's when you preach it like religion.
Yeah.
I saw a meme that fucking cracked me up. It was a guy who had the most strenuous, like, straining face. And all it said above it was, I haven't told somebody I'm a vegan for 5 minutes.
He's like red in the face.
Or there was one that was like a set of urinals and one guy peeing at a urinal and another guy walks in and walks all the way down past all the empty urinals and then stands next to the guy pissing and then just turns to him and says, I'm a vegan.
I think I saw one and it was like a guy like through like a smashed windshield of a car. There'd been like a car crash, and like there's a paramedic there, and he's just like, and it's just the speech bubble, just the paramedic's like, "You all right?" And the guy's just like, "No, I'm a vegan."
Aren't they saying now that whole like people that don't watch Star Wars are the new vegans? Like,
yeah, no, that's what they're saying. There's like, or they're purposely not.
so different.
They're just like, oh, I refuse to watch it. They're just
if you're
like,
vegan, it's fine. You work at Lush, it's fine.
it's absolutely fine. No, what? Do be a vegan.
Those that
not
just
a problem.
preach about it. It's just like religion people like preaching, man.
It was like I sent you this yesterday. This thing that I saw, and it was something a person I know on Facebook put it up, and it's a little picture of like a tweet, and it just says this is the supposedly the vegan like thought process.
Okay.
Being vegan is like being the main character in a horror movie who saw a demon and you're trying to warn everyone, but no one believes you, and it's just like. That kind of arsehole fucking thought process just pisses me off, man.
I sent you a photo this morning of a sticker I saw on a wall just saying meat is murder. That's what it said.
We're gonna go and graffiti that later.
Yeah, we're gonna pull off the meat so it just says ISIS is murder.
or
ISIS murder.
or meat is awesome.
Meat is tasty.
There's nothing I like more than defacing like stickers that like have like a message. Like I really, really like it. Like I saw like a £10 note once, and it said like I think I've mentioned it before.
Yeah,
I saw like the £10 note that had free Palestine on it, so I crossed it out and wrote free bacon. Like
when I worked at Natterjack's, we had like the police stripped off a poster, and it was like if you suspect it, report it. And it was like, and I crossed it out and made it if you suspect it, respect it. And like it was a picture of a guy like pressing a doorbell, and I wrote all this shit on there, man.
It's like I respect that.
It was good fun. I enjoyed it. Defacing things like that, like public service announcements.
Yeah, preachy vegans are my bee in the bonnet.
Oh wow, it's a good bee in the bonnet to have. I do agree with you.
Yeah, and I think your sort of thought process, like I respect yours, respect mine.
Yeah.
That I like to consume animals.
When you go into a pub and you pull your list out of things you can and can't eat.
Yeah.
Do we? I mean. There's a lot of vegans around now.
Yeah, there are. I've never had a situation that I've been in where I've like to my face had someone start fucking preaching or telling me that me eating meat is wrong. I've never had that like face to face in person. You have?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh, tell me a bit more about that one.
No, it was when I worked at Natterjack's. There were a couple of vegans around then.
Yeah.
Like Lewis used to be vegan.
Really?
Yeah. It didn't last that long.
I was gonna say.
He got really drunk one night and took a massive bite out of my Burger King.
He shits all over that, doesn't it?
Because he worked in the third Natterjack's and he wanted to wear leather trainers. That's all it was.
Yeah.
He was selling these awesome trainers and he wanted to wear them, so he just went all in. In the end, went all in. But when it was my 21st birthday, because like Tim was vegan, I don't know if he was vegan. I think he was just vegetarian.
Yeah.
Lewis was vegan, so I had to have my buffet for my 21st birthday. I spent my birthday the day writing these on little flags, sticking the food.
Like a Weatherspoons menu. Brilliant.
So there you are. That is Bee in the Bonnet. Our next segment coming up. This is a new one.
This is new.
New, and it's called What If.
And
it's as simple as it sounds. It's weird thoughts we have or weird discussions we've had that presents. This thought-provoking segment.
It's almost
what
like
if-
a hypothetical situation.
Of course, just
really.
so you've had discussions with your friends. You have the what if you won the lottery, but a bit more weirder than that.
Weirder. Yeah. Weird is probably the best way to describe
Yeah, and
it.
like I say, I'm going to say it's every segment. Send us yours. Send us your what ifs. I've got a few that people have given me. Callum's given me a good one.
Oh, fantastic.
But I'm going to save that one. This is going to be
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah, this one I have was from when I was at school.
Okay.
And I mean like primary school. Like before, it stuck with me, man. I just remember at school, Philip Double was my best friend in primary school, and I remember him turning and saying this to me. So without further ado, here is our thought-provoking segment. What if?
What if I fachazzled my bum?
What if I fingered a hamster?
What if farting was a language?
What if I woke up and I was Asian?
What if?
What if?
What if you woke up one day and
you
your
were
cock had a fingernail?
What, like at the tip?
Yeah, just like a standard fingernail, like you would get out of a finger, but on your penis.
Go to the
But
doctors.
everyone had one.
Oh, if everyone,
Yeah.
then it'd be the norm. You wouldn't have to go to the
But like,
doctors.
if you woke up and everyone in the world suddenly, evolution just gave us a fingernail on our penises.
I mean, is it just guys? I mean, assuming.
Yeah, well, girls
'cause,
don't
like-
have penises.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's
So
too
girls
bad.
just
I don't
walk
know.
around.
Nowadays, you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's weird,
I'd
right?
be concerned, but also I wouldn't want to go to the doctors because if everyone's got it.
But what an
I mean, I'd
adjustment!
probably-
What an adjustment to make. Can you imagine if you didn't fucking trim that?
I would most likely message you first and be like, "Oi, mate, I've woken up. I've got a fingernail on my penis." And
And I'd
then
be
as
like,
soon
thank
as
fuck you said that.
as soon as you said like, "Oh, well, I've got one as well," it's really weird. And then I'd say, "All right, well, I'm gonna text one more person."
It's trending on Twitter, Joe. I've just checked.
Yeah, because I mean, I'd have to text like one more person, or like maybe like call my dad or something, and just be like, "Look, this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but
My balls have nipples.
What if balls had nipples?
Or if your cock had a knuckle.
So it was like bent.
had like a
Brilliant.
proper bone knuckle.
You could do like crip and blood handshakes with your penises.
Pick shit up. Oh man, trimming that fingernail.
No.
Man.
What
That
if-
would be a whole thing to circumcise.
What if your cock had a knuckle but your balls had a thumb? Then you could literally grasp stuff.
Like a monkey's hand between your legs. It would be handy. It would be handy.
It
No
would be.
pun intended. It would be handy.
You could do like you could do handshakes and stuff. I'd probably freak out.
Yeah, they're weird trimming it though. It'd be quite
Yeah.
sensitive, I imagine.
Oh,
What have you got? We've got
clipping-
ingrown toenail, like
clipping your
ingrown
fingernail.
cocknail.
How's your cock now? Well, that's alright.
Mine's gone black and fallen off, but it's
Oh
growing
mate,
back.
what if you could go to like a nail salon and just be like,
Man,
could you just paint this thing matte black and just
they'd have to make condoms stronger.
They would, yeah.
Imagine going
Yeah,
down
yeah,
to
they
like
would.
the nail salon, just slapping your cock on the table.
It's like, what can you do with this?
Yes, can you paint it nice and pretty, please? I want to peacock the ladies when I'm in the club tonight.
I'm thinking cherry red this time.
When I'm down the club tonight, winking at the ladies, I want to show them my new varnished cocknail.
What colour do you want your nail? I'm thinking bell end purple.
Or you could grow it out and then you only get your fingernail pierced.
What if you could summon people? Just like, come here, but with your penis.
That whole thing we did a Bee in the Bonnet on it in the episode, the Bee in the Bonnet episode, obviously. where it was guys that sit with their legs open.
Oh, yeah,
on trains. It's like beckoning somebody over.
Come hither.
So there you go. That thought has haunted me since I was probably about 10 years old.
So that was your primary school one?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I did say I was going to save this one that Callum gave me, but I have it written down, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Callum brought this up one day, and I think it's fucking a really funny idea. What if, after a drunken night out, where nothing really majorly but bad happened,
Yeah.
but you then had to go to court and sit in a courthouse with all your friends and family and work colleagues while a judge read out your antics from the previous night?
Oh, wow.
I say, not even all that bad, but just hearing everyone say it in a court full of friends, family, and people you know, and strangers.
Yeah.
You know, and just being like, you then proceeded to shit down an alleyway, return to the pub, and we've witness to this. You then did 4 more Jaeger bombs. 4.
Do you think that was necessary?
You threw one up in your mouth, but then swallowed it back. And everyone, your mum's like, oh, God. Oh
Just
my
like,
God.
I can't believe this is my son.
What has he done?
These are all the reasons why me and my mum aren't friends on Facebook, because these things happen.
My mum's on Facebook. I mean, it's bad enough she hears the podcast on Facebook. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
See me in a very different light.
I would rather be judged on social media than in real life in a court full of family and friends.
You then proceeded to make, amongst friends, this racial joke. And they read it out, and you're like, oh, okay.
And at the end of the night, you pulled down your trousers and pants and modified your cock and penis. Your cock and penis. Your cock
your
penis.
cock and fingernailed penis.
Your cock and balls into what looked like a hamburger.
Joe used to be the star of the burger.
Yeah, I used to.
Not seen the burger for a while.
It has been a while, hasn't it? I think
the burger is exactly what Joe just described.
You.
All the night we had stapled flyers to your ass.
Oh yeah, that was.
See again, reading the shit out to your mum. You then let Greg get a staple. Oh, it was Josh, wasn't it? Get a staple gun and staple a flyer to your butt cheeks.
That was the. Was it? No. That
You
was
then
a different
snorted
night.
Tabasco and set your hair on fire.
And then he beat me with like the one of the bar things, like the things that you put like the drink on. To,
Or when we
carry
licked
spillage.
when we licked the bug zapper
Oh yeah, that was
at the Black
great.
Heart in Camden.
That was brilliant.
That fucking hurt, man.
It did hurt,
There's a video
yeah.
of you, that big flash. Ooh. What do you think is the worst thing you've done in that respect? Not the worst thing,
What,
as in like
stupidest?
killed a guy.
The stupidest thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been a lot.
We just listed a few.
Yeah.
Is there one you kind of regretted doing the next day? Apart from all of them.
I don't know, man. Like there's. I mean, it all just is. I don't know. I really can't think if there's one that I regretted. There's nothing that's ever been like long-lastingly painful.
Because the staple, the bump, that was when we met that girl down the Cox.
There was a poster. Or
I remember
something.
she added you, didn't she?
Wasn't
She
it-
saw us. It was the day. What's his name died from CKY.
Ryan Dunn.
Ryan Dunn died. Yeah.
And we were just.
And
I
we
was
were
just
like, oh, he
hell-bent on
died.
being
Let's do
ridiculous.
stupid shit in honor of him.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I let Joe do stupid shit.
Bluey, like towel whipped me.
Yes.
like
That
the,
left a
with
fucking mark.
Yeah, that fucking did.
Who left a handprint on you?
I can't remember.
Didn't someone slap you once so hard somewhere?
Yeah, no, that was when I was younger. I once just asked this guy to like slap me as hard as he could in the stomach so that his handprint was there for a long time, and he hit me so fucking hard he knocked all the heat out of me, and I was just like,
The guy behind you's got really warm all of a
He
sudden.
knocked all the warmth out of me, and I was literally just left like shivering because I was so fucking cold, and I just had this massive red and white like handprint on my stomach for like 4 days, dude. Like so ridiculous.
I remember. I don't know. Snorting a condom was pretty.
Snorting a condom.
When we first discussed that in the podcast, and I put the video on the Facebook page and on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, get onto our YouTube page, All Seeing Guys, and or if it is on the podcast.
I think you put it on
page.
Instagram. A lot of
It's on
German people really
Instagram.
didn't like that.
Watch a video of Joe snorting a condom up his nose and pulling it out of his mouth and doing like the whole rinse through back and forth. But when Liz's brother Dan saw it, I wasn't home for this, but he was telling like his parents about it.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law asked the question, how did he know he could do it? It's a very simple answer. Someone told you about it and you
Yeah.
gave it a go.
Someone, Kat, she said.
Was it Josh or Kat? Oh, Josh
No, it
got
was
the
Kat.
condom, didn't he?
No. Kat went and retrieved a condom for me. Not used. And she said to me, like, you know, it's possible for you to, like, stick a condom up your nose and sort of snort it and pull it out your mouth. And I was like, no way, can you do that? And she was just like, yeah. And I was like, oh, give me a condom, I'll try it. And literally, like, 30 seconds later,
You had done it.
I'd had a condom up my nose.
It's amazing.
Actually,
Such a good
I
video.
do know what the stupidest thing is.
Here we go. Strap in.
It's one of the old members of staff at the Fighting Cocks. It was her birthday, and all the guys had got her like a blow up male
I remember
doll.
this, yeah.
And they'd kind of like drawn like pubes and like butt hair on it and shit like that. And someone turned to me and said, like, Joe, like, if you stick this fucking blow up doll penis in your mouth for like 10 seconds, I will buy you like three drinks. And I was just like, 3 drinks? Like, no way. I was skint. I'm such a whore. I'm such a fucking whore.
I'll dance for money.
Yeah. So like, I was just like, oh, that's crazy. And I sort of stood there with this thing like laid out, and it was like right in front of me. And then I look up, and all of a sudden there's 20 people looking at me with phones. And I'm just like,
Of course with phones.
all of a sudden, this doesn't feel like a really good idea. So I just kind of just sort of stuck it in and then pull it out again. I was just like, is that enough? And I was like, no. And I was like, all right, well, I don't want your drinks. Because there's 20 people watching me trying to suck off a male blow-up doll. So that was pretty bad. I think that's probably the dumbest thing I've done.
So imagine now all the things to discuss, being in a court with your parents and all your family, and a judge in a very serious manner reading all these out. And people
God.
like, oh, and the press are there, like...
Terrible.
And then you're given your sentence at the end.
I sentenced
to
you
do them all again at once.
I sentenced you to stupidity. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot.
So that's going to be the what if segment, which I've got a few more stored up. But again, it kicks off these little stories and tales we can go into.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna think of some really fucking horrible ones.
And at last, well, not the last one, but at last we finally come up with a segment for this. This one is called Tuck It In.
Tuck it the fuck in.
Now, Tuck It In, we know it's been around for a while, but I first used it when a girl was... Who was it? So a girl was talking down the pub. I was really drunk. Oh, I think it was after Dice Rollers gig.
Yeah.
Oh, you were really cool. You guys are really good. But she was really going on after a while.
We are really, really good,
After a
though.
while, I was like, okay, you know what? So I was like, oh, I love Tuck It In. I think I said it to my wife once as well when she was saying, like, when Lewis, like, lost loads of weight and we hit in the gym, she's like, oh, he looks so good. And I was like, yeah, he looks great. But she kept going on about it.
Yeah.
And after a while, I was like, oh, right, yeah, Tuck It In.
That's
like,
it.
But I prefer now using it in terms of, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Complaints. So this one is more about where we look at people's ridiculous complaints from over the web, or ones we've heard, or complaints we've made ourselves. People who moan, we moan, you moan, but you get people who love a moan. People who love to complain.
Yeah.
I had one recently where New Year's Day, John Lewis was closed. And a woman had to go at me because John Lewis was closed.
Brilliant. No,
And
it
she
is your
was,
fault.
And she was just like, you need to talk to them. Me, what am I going to do?
Yeah,
Ring them up. Excuse me. Get me Jonathan Lewis on the phone, please.
What she should have done is tweeted John Lewis, which is not actually John Lewis, but it is a man called John Lewis. The at John Lewis site on the Twitter page of at John Lewis is literally a guy who is no association with John Lewis whatsoever. But literally every time of year, like around Christmas time, he just gets complaints through, but he's like the most patient person. Like his responses are always just like, yes, no, I see what you've done here. You've confused me with the John Lewis branch. What you actually need to tweet is John Lewis like 1 or something like that. I reckon that guy should sell it, man. He should sell it to John Lewis for like money.
Everyone that works there is like a shareholder, aren't they? So they're partners, not employees. So everyone's responsible.
Yeah.
That was all their decision.
But he doesn't even work for them.
No.
He's just called John Lewis.
Just some random guy.
Yeah.
Still not seen the advert. I survived it all through Christmas.
Me
Yes!
too, man.
No John Lewis advert.
Not at all.
Fucking A. So this is called Tuck It In, where we look at people's ridiculous complaints. So, tuck it in.
Tuck it in, okay? Tuck it in. Tuck it in. Tuck it in, okay?
So this one I've got is people who complain to Ofcon about TV shows.
Okay.
Because a lot of people complain about
There's
TV
a lot
shows.
of complaints about
complaints.
television.
So I have the most complaints. So first of all, this one
Maybe don't watch it.
When I looked through most TV complaints for like 2013, 2014, 2015, they were all very, very similar. So this one here is 2013. So I'm going to go, this is for you, Harry, little countdown.
He's reading again.
So I'm going to do the top 10. Number 10, the most complained about TV show was Coronation Street.
For what reason?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
Downton.
Northern.
Downton Abbey.
People complained about that. I feel
Yeah.
they loved it.
BBC News. I don't like that news.
It's too newsy.
I'm going to complain.
Too much news.
Emmerdale.
A lot of this is just like it's just soap operas.
Going forward, I actually agree with the next ones all coming up.
Okay.
Britain's Got Talent.
Yep. I'll happily
Complain about
that.
Celebrity Big Brother.
Yep.
Or
equally.
non-celebrity Big Brothers.
Just generally any Big Brother.
Comic Relief.
Would you go on Big Brother?
No.
Wouldn't
It depends how much money they wanted to give me.
Well, probably. I mean, no. As a civilian.
No. I couldn't think of anything worse.
Don't you think? There's a little part of me thinks it might be kind of fun just to go in and just.
If they asked to
the
be, because we're
fucking-
not celebrities, that means we could go on Celebrity Big
It's
Brother.
very true. It's very
There's
true.
no porn stars
'Cause we could
go
go
on
on.
there now.
We could go on regular Big Brother, and then once we've been on that, we could go on the celebrity one because we've been on Big Brother and we've been on television.
Yes, of course. We could go on a podcast version where it's just audio, so no one has to see me wank or piss.
Pod
or shit.
Brother.
ITV News.
This is why people complain about the news.
X Factor.
Yep. Easily.
Number 1 was Big Brother.
Really.
Normal Big Brother.
Normal Big Brother.
But you know what?
Not enough celebrities.
That aside, what I've got here, what I want to tell people to fucking tuck it in about is actually the most complained about show is a children's TV show. And this was actually still, in 2015, was still the most complained about
TV show.
kids show.
Is it
Yeah.
Rainbow?
No.
Oh.
No. They had a top 10, which I'm not going to do. But in other top 10s of the programmes complained about was CBBS, Get Well Soon, ITV's Brat, My Parents Are Aliens, and BBC's Children's Party at the Palace. The figures measure the most complained about episode that Ofcom has in recorded history is Tom and Jerry.
No.
Yep.
I was thinking Teletubbies.
Nah, Tom and
Because one of
Jerry,
them was
man.
like crazy gay.
Tom and Jerry, because they were accused of glamorising the use of cigarettes and cigars.
Fucking hell, man. People just need to like fucking.
Tom and Jerry's the most like. I mean, to be fair,
It's iconic, isn't
It's
it?
the original Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember my granddad was a big fan of Tom and Jerry. Like, we used to, when I was around there, I mean, I loved the old
Thomas?
cartoons. Thomas? Lordy, lordy! I do that at work quite a lot. Thomas? Those big, obviously, the black woman in charge. In her black stockings and big slippers. Thomas? Lordy, lordy! I love it. Tom and Jerry was the most complained, it still is. Complained.
Can't believe
All
it.
the time. So, you know what? Tuck it fucking in, really?
Yeah, man.
That's your biggest complaint.
Sorry, are they concerned about their pets like smoking, or are they concerned about their children smoking?
Yeah,
Well,
my child gave the cat and the mouse
My-
in the garage a cigarette and a cigar.
And now they're fucking on 20 a day.
I'm sorry, but I think Looney Tunes is worse, dropping Acme anvils out the fucking
Yeah,
sky, or
yeah,
painting
you don't
a
fucking-
convinced. I love the idea of. I've said this to you before, of using like Roadrunner tactics.
Mate, that happened recently.
In real life.
I swear to God,
Like
that
somebody
happened recently.
painting a convincing entrance to the fighting cocks on a brick wall.
Oh.
and I run into it.
Yo. Just get like a massive like board of MDF and put it over the front door, and then just paint the door in front of it, and just watch the people just go. Just like, oh.
Just dropping an Acme anvil on someone. Or I just light a massive like fuse to my back to rocket launch myself off, but somebody actually like puts the fuse in my fucking pants and blows me cock
Maybe
off.
that's what we should do for Halloween. We should just like do like Acme stereotypical like things like fucking was it like having a giant rocket attached to your back and shit. Like we should totally do
I
that.
might look into that for a future episode actually, when in real life similar things that have happened, people that have been killed by anvils falling on them, or
Yeah,
injured,
yeah,
or
yeah.
things like that, like good comedic cartoon values.
I swear to God, I saw something recently online, and it was I swear someone did the like the old like tunnel. Someone painted like a tunnel, and it was like it was just a fucking brick wall, and they crashed their car into it. I swear I saw that recently.
What?
I can't remember where I saw it.
They must have put it across the road to
Unless
stop
it was a dream. Well, I had a really good dream last night.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You
That's a segment we need to do. We need to bring back a dream segment.
Dreams, right? I was in my room and you knocked on my window and we're just
I?
like, let's go. And then all of a sudden we were in like Chessington World of Adventures.
Nice.
And then you remember that Ramesses Revenge fucking
Yeah.
ride? We were sat on that and there was two old ladies sat at the back, but there was only like 7 people on the ride. And there's 2 old ladies at the back, and the thing's starting to move. So, but then the old ladies are still trying to figure out what seat they want to go in. So they're like,
Fucking women.
and then like all of a sudden it flips over and it just flips the old ladies out. And then pandemonium ensued. It's brilliant.
Did you see the one I posted the other day on our Facebook page? Came up my time hop from 5 years ago, back in my my prime dream craziness.
Yeah.
I had a dream that I was hosting a comedy panel show with hip-hop legend Jay Dilla
I did see
and
this.
Marvel comic hero Spider-Man as team captains. Guests were Taggart, Will Smith's daughter, and Zig and Zag.
That was. I think I wrote on it that is the best like panel lineup you will ever get on a quiz
Apart
show.
from Will Smith's daughter.
Yeah, apart from Wilson's daughter.
Fucking tack it in. Fucking
Tuck it.
complaining about bollocks. Fucking, why are you complaining something fucking worthwhile? If you're complaining about the news for a start, are you complaining about...
What? Yeah, I want to know
Complaining about what's happening in the world.
I want to
not
know.
unless they fucked up how they presented it. Because I mean,
Maybe.
the media's bollocks. I do get it. I would complain about the news because they're only showing you things that they want you to see.
Wasn't there that time where like
It's a filter system to fucking
Yeah.
make you fear. I'm
Wasn't
not
there, like-
going down that road though.
Wasn't there like I don't know if it was last year or a couple of years ago, there was like someone was doing the news and they were cutting over to the weather person and they cut over to the weather guy and he's just flipping the finger to the camera and then he's just like his face is just like, oh my god, I'm in so much trouble, I'm so sorry, 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 I'm so sorry.
He was complaining all the fucking time.
I remember watching children's TV show and this is when Fern Cotton was still doing like kids TV.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I was like 16 and it was Fern Cotton.
Yeah, okay.
And they were doing like some phone-in game and stuff like that. And this kid phoned in and he was just like, oh, you know, like Fern Cotton was just like, hey, what's your name? And it's just like, Kevin, I'm 8 years old. And it's like, brilliant, Kevin. And then she did literally on like live TV just went, all right, Kevin, are you ready to kick ass? And it's just like, the rest of this segment was just her apologising profusely.
Of course. I remember Richard Blackwood being on MTV once when he was hosting it back in the day. And somebody ran in and was like, why don't you date your fans? And he was like, well, because there's a place called prison. And I don't want to go there. That got a lot of complaints. I remember reading about that like later on. That got a lot of complaints. I feel that nowadays the people that complain about TV shows are the people that don't go on the internet much.
Yeah.
Or the parents and what have you that just sit at home. Or the grandparents,
Yeah.
and that's their internet, the TV, and they watch TV. Oh, I don't agree with that, and they're not really like if they turned over and Skins was on,
Yeah.
for example. I imagine there's drug use and sex in that, and they're
There
just
is,
like,
yeah.
"What is happening? Oh, I'm complaining. Give me the phone. I need to complain to Points of View." Like,
Do you remember Points of View though? Points of View used to have some fucking belters on
Yeah.
it. When Terry Wogan was
I was about to say
presenting
Terry. It was Anne Robinson as well, wasn't it?
T-Wogs.
T-Wogs, Terry Wogwan. He's still alive.
I nearly said T-Wog
He's
and I was
still
just
alive.
like, no, I can't say
he was on our last episode. I was calling out to die this
was,
year.
yeah.
We funnily enough, Joe mentioned Piers Morgan's hating him, and we mentioned Tony Hart on the Christmas special. And Piers Morgan, as brought to attention today, fell for a hoax that he had died. Not that he had died, that Tony Hart had died. He didn't mean he had died himself.
I also fell for that.
But Tony Hart actually died 7 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And he put a tweet out like yesterday, just being like, "Oh, I can't believe the news."
Piers
Amazing.
Morgan's a fucking wanker.
Tuck it in, Piers Morgan.
Yeah, he can tuck it in as well.
If you have any tuck it ins, any customer complaints you've dealt with, or if you work in some sort of job where you don't have to give us your name or the details, just tell us about a silly complaint you've had or one you've
you
heard.
have complete anonymity.
Or perhaps if you've had a fault that you try to deal with, like, your Sky's gone or your internet's gone, and the people who are from the company are being dickheads, and you want them to tackle in, tell us about it, and we'll talk about it on the show.
Yeah, BT's the worst.
That was BT's the worst. So that was Tuck It In. What have we got coming up next?
What is next?
Let's have a look while I catch myself up here. We have, it's Joe's Corner of Fear.
All right.
Again with a slightly newer jingle. Oh, by the way, before we actually explain again, for those, that noise of the chairs, I lean
I was
back.
going to say, I thought that was you like leaning forward and having that, and just like, I just need to say that was the chair. That wasn't me farting.
Joe's Corner of, or it's now just Joe's Corner
Just
actually,
Joe's
because it's
Corner,
evolved
just-
from Fear.
yeah.
It's now.
It started off with a little guessing game with Greg where I would
Phobias, wasn't it?
Oh shit. Oh no, it's empty. That's fine. Yeah, I had like a big old list of phobias, and I would choose one, and I would like say it, and Greg would have to guess what it is, and I'd give like some clues, and then we just have a little chat and a little laugh about it, and then we went on to fetishes.
Yep.
Because some of those are pretty funny. And now it's just kind of just a culmination of weird shit that I've just sort of seen on the internet.
It's whatever Joe wants to talk about. It's his own corner. He can talk any shite he likes. Usually pretty fucked up or weird.
I do like it fucked up and weird.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's basically just Joe's corner of the podcast where I shut up, give him the reins.
I give
And he just goes in.
I teach you not lessons.
Harry's less so a bit, but I'm hoping he'll enjoy it a bit. Man. It has been revised. He enjoyed it last time. We talked about the woman knitting out of her vagina.
He did, yeah. That
So-
was odd, wasn't it?
Joe's corner.
Jill's corner office. Hear strange creepy feeling.
Oh right, hello. So yeah, nothing too mental, but this made me giggle. So this is a story. Middle-aged Mark Hetherington was caught performing erotic dances as a stripping ninja with his granny partner for a living, whilst claiming thousands of pounds a month in disability handouts. Ooh. The 51-year-old stripper claimed he was too anxious to go outside. Not fucking too anxious to fucking flick his dick around.
No, not at all.
apparently.
With his fingernail dick.
But wasn't too shy to get his kit off in a double act with a nipple tassel wearing gran. He worked under the ironic stage name Ian Cognito, but the seedy scrounger was not as discreet as he thought when
It sounds like a magician.
I know, right? I am Ian Cognito.
Nito. I'm anything but Cognito with my cock out.
Yeah, investigators at the Department of Work and Pensions filmed his creepy dances and saw through his burlesque mask. Blackpool Magistrates Court heard how Hetherington of Blackpool told civil servants he was too ill to get out of bed unassisted and could not perform basic chores, including cooking or going to the shops on his own. But in fact, he was learning how to become an erotic dancer from his partner, who goes by the stage name Cosmic Kitty, and also earned extra cash posing nude for art classes because it was his cup of tea. Get in. The court was told he lives with Ms. Rowan, who is a grandmother, and the pair perform together at clubs, festivals, and private parties across the country.
Oh, so they're quite big then.
Well, apparently. I mean, I don't know what festivals.
Do they have like a duo name as a couple?
No, it doesn't list that, unfortunately.
So he goes by Ian Cognito.
Ian Cognito.
And she goes by Cosmic Kitten.
Cosmic Kitty.
Cosmic Kitty. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kitty. It sounds a bit more youthful.
They
when you
could
say Kitty.
definitely. They really should have like some sort of duo name,
Yeah.
shouldn't
What can we call them?
they? I don't know.
Fanny farts.
Fanny farts. Brilliant. Queefs.
The queefs.
The queefs.
I bequeathed.
Doling out queefs.
Nice. So he was claiming benefits.
He was claiming
So
benefits.
he couldn't leave the house.
He was.
But
He
was
struggled.
Actually, but he's been doing gigs as an erotic dancer.
Yeah.
And he's 51 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play to him.
Right.
I think so.
You'd be slightly disappointed if a 50-year-old guy like turned up at your fucking.
I mean, if your
hen
job,
party.
if your job's a benefit officer and you have to investigate this, that's going to make your job a bit more interesting.
That is,
as
yeah.
opposed to, he was photographed driving down the high street, or he was photographed pushing a wheelbarrow in his garden.
Here he is being a milkman.
At least this is going to have a bit more excitement to it.
Exactly.
He's been seen waving his fucking wong at a festival on a
Fucking
stage.
getting his tallywhackle
With Cosmic
flipping-
Kitty.
There you go, and a fucking granny fanny.
Still sounds like Paul McDaniels and Debbie McGee
That's
have
it.
like
Paul
just have
McDaniels.
aged gratefully and become Ian Cognito.
That's it. Oh, Debbie McGee though. Ooh, Debbie McGee. So yeah, that seemed pretty weird. I was going to mention this one in Bee in Your Bonnet because it's to do with bees, but this is just better. This one is literally just titled "Men Pee on Beehive, Bees React Accordingly."
How do they react accordingly?
By fucking stinging the shit out of them.
What, they stung his dick?
Oh mate, they
Was
stung.
it, was that
they
pissing?
stung-
Was it like pissing on an electric fence? Did they go up the stream into it?
Oh god. What if?
What if
you
a
got a
swarm
bee?
of bees swam up your piss stream into your eye?
Oh god.
And continued to sting the inside of your
Nah,
shaft.
what if a bee got inside like the pea slit on your bell end?
Oh, it's painful. The fact it's in there alone is enough.
What's
to
the worst
sting
thing?
you in
What's
there?
the worst thing you can think to have in the pea slit in your bell end?
I don't know.
Right.
Anything. To be honest with you. Have you ever had an STD test?
No, that's probably something I should.
Oh right, okay. I've been a couple of times, and yeah, it's not a pleasant experience,
No,
man.
they
Like
stick like a
they
little-
stick like I can only explain it. Well, back then when I went, as a the first time I went, well, I knew I had something because the girl I seen was like, "Oh, I've got chlamydia." She was like, "I've got the C," and I was like, "Fuck, cancer." She's like, "No, chlamydia."
So I think you should get tested.
And I was like, "Oh, you've given me chlamydia. That's great." So I went to get tested, and I knew I had it. And the guy, after he lectured me for ages, pulled out what looked like a cocktail umbrella
oh,
and shoved it down there, opened it inside, and pulled it out.
oh man,
Yeah.
That's rough.
It was rough. And the worst thing was, when I was waiting in the STD clinic, some woman in the waiting room was like, the TV was on, and she was like, I don't know, probably in like her early 60s, but dressed like she was 18.
Brilliant.
And she was like, excuse me, can you mind if I change the channel? I need to watch Jeremy Kyle. I need to watch Jeremy Kyle.
I'm on it this week.
She's like, do you mind? I was like, no, it's fine. She put it on, and she kept looking at me, so, how are you? Fine. And she basically offered me to go out with her afterwards.
Brilliant.
After this, do you want to come back mine? I was like, no, not really.
No, because I don't want to come back
I
here
don't
ever
want to
again.
go back. Don't try and pick me up in an STD clinic. You're like, I imagine
You got to try and
you
get picked up.
60-year-old random hag woman. Like, imagine you do this every other day. You're not even here to be seen.
Nah, that's just where she gets her kicks.
This is where you probably just set with a guy and brought him here, knowing what you're like.
By the way, you're probably going to want to go to this place.
That's alright. I've got
wait,
I've got a loyalty card for you.
I'll wait outside for you, but there's a lovely looking guy over there that I can't.
I need to watch Jeremy Kyle first, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take him home with me, though.
I just thought, what if one of the worst things you can put down the pee hole, a fizzy licorice lace.
Oh, popping candy.
Popping candy. Oh, that's gonna be bad.
I used to work with this girl, this Indian girl. She'd had quite a sheltered life, and then she kind of like defied her family and kind of went and moved in with her like white boyfriend and stuff. And it was a whole different world. So she was didn't know much, still learning.
Yeah.
And she bought a chocolate bar that had popping candy in it. And she'd never experienced it before. Anyway, she came running up to me and was like, "Oh my god, what's happening? What's happening? Listen, what's happening? What's happening?" I was like, "Yeah, it's got popping candy in it." She went, so this is normal? I was like, "Yeah." She's really freaking out about it, man.
Brilliant. Am I dying?
What is happening?
Brilliant.
Amazing.
So yeah, this is back to the story.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, I like where we went with that.
Yeah,
that was
me
good.
too.
In March, a bus in Vietnam's province pulled over to the side of the road, allowing men to relieve themselves. There was a beehive nearby, and one man thought it would be a funny idea to urinate on the beehive. He convinced several other men to do
The
this.
beehive was up in the tree.
I'm assuming it was nearby it. I mean, they're on the side of the road.
There's not like
it's
Winnie the
probably-
Pooh where it's like perfect up in the tree.
So the man peeing also convinced several other men to do the same, all at the same time. The bees were not happy about it and swarmed out of the hive to attack the first body parts they came to.
His
You can
penis.
fucking believe what that is, yeah. They also swarmed onto the bus and attacked other riders. Medics attended to 22
Get
people. Medics attended to 22 people who had been stung on their faces, hands, and penises. One person was taken to hospital with swelling and a high fever.
Hey, high fever.
Swelling.
What's been your worst bee sting?
When I was younger, I was I think I was going out to like a pub lunch. Like,
Yeah.
I was like 3 years old. I had to be told about this because I don't really remember it. But I'd fallen asleep in the car. And I got woken up when we got to the pub, and I was super stubborn about being awake, so I refused to open my eyes. So I'm walking through the car park with my eyes shut, and I just walk right into a car, just like bang, right into the bonnet, and just fucking, I think I'm bleeding or something. And then I fucking calm down, we're in the pub, and we're playing like Stuck in the Mud. And I'm standing there, stuck in the mud, arms out, waiting for someone to like crawl through my legs to unstick me. And all of a sudden I feel this kind of sort of like something on me. And I'm just like, oh, that feels weird. And I look up and it's just like a bee on my arm and it just banged me. And apparently I just screamed the fucking garden down. But, man, yeah, there's been a few, man. It's like, I mean, it's pretty rare, but like there was one night, it was like fucking a couple of years ago during the summer, like super hot, had my window open. And I'd got up to like go and get a drink or something, and I got back and laid in bed, and I laid like right down like a wasp, right in the middle of my fucking back, and I was just like,
awkward to reach.
like, oh god, and I'd forgotten how bad they are. Like bee stings are fucking bad, dude. Like
It's been years, touch wood, since I've been stung, but I do recall, man, I was very young. My dad's a big golfer, and I went with him to. He was going to the driving range.
Yeah.
And I was there, and I had my can. I think it was a can of Fanta, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And I was sat on the bench where he was swinging. I was drinking my can. And I remember I put the can to my mouth and just felt this immense pain. And I pulled the can back, and there were 2 wasps
No.
on like the mouth bit. And I remember going, like, and my dad like freaking out, and he had me. And I remember he, with his hands, pulled the stings out my lip. And we left, got back home, and it was massive.
Was your face just like...
Mate, my lip was so big, and I had like a tissue with ice on it.
Yeah.
I walked down the road to see my friends Adam and Stevie, and their nan was there. And she took one look at me and was like, "Oh, I know what you need." She took me in the kitchen, and she put vinegar on a cloth.
Yeah.
And just put it on my lip, and it stung so fucking much. But within minutes, gone down.
Yeah, that's it.
But man, that was pain, man. That's why I remember it so vividly, man. I have
Yeah.
I must have been so young as well.
What's the worst like accident you had as a kid? You're like breaking.
We discussed
arm,
this on
didn't we?
the 90s episode, didn't we?
I think so.
Because yours was the go-kart, wasn't it?
The go-kart. I also actually, I remembered another one. The go-kart was bad, but I remembered another one when I was like 2 years old and I chopped my heel off.
What, your heel, with your high heel shoes? You
It
break
was
a heel, Joe.
Terrible day.
I remember one of my birthdays when I lived in Worcester Park, and we moved away from Worcester Park when I was 4 years old. So I must have been 3 or 4. And I remember I was having a birthday party.
Yeah.
And I remember in the build-up to like the day of the party, treading on a broken cup.
Oh.
And I remember the cup so well. It was like a beige cup with like circles on the cup, and it cut my foot, and I remember it bleeding out, and I couldn't take part in any of the party games. But I remember, mate, it's a vivid memory of this house in Worcester Park. I remember the party bags were of He-Man. And it was like a purple sort of like sky, and He-Man, like not even in his He-Man, I think it was like in his Prince Adam outfit, whatever it was, like on top with a sword in his hand.
Yeah.
Man. It's such a vivid memory, but I do remember treading on this cup and it cut on my foot.
Fucking hell.
My mum might remember more accidents. I have a scar on my head.
You should really get your mum on. She could be our guest.
I'll have to ask her. She'll want to. But I do remember, I've got a scar on my head that Mum told me was when I hit my head on a table.
Yeah.
When her dad was still alive, as my granddad was there, hitting my head on the table, but I don't remember it.
Well, I was, this story, I mean, again, I don't really remember it happening, so I guess I must have been like 2 or 3 years old or something like that. And this is before, we lived in a different house in Sunbury, and there was like a door that led to the back garden.
Oh, easy table.
Easy, take it easy, tuck it in. And I was standing in the doorway, and the door was open, and then like a gust of wind blew the door shut, and apparently it just sliced my heel off, like the back of my heel. I've got like the scar still, like where it's like it's this circular scar with like a bump, and it's like I mean I don't really remember it happening at all whatsoever, but yeah, it fucking took the back of my heel off.
You have just reminded me of 2. One was really an accident that happened to hurt me. One was.
Yeah.
The first one I remember as a kid being in the back room, and I was like surfing on like a chair. I think I was playing Baywatch on my own.
You silly son.
And I was like surfing, and I was like balancing the chair on its back legs surfing, and the chair fell back, and I jumped off it, and it smashed through the back door.
Oh.
And I remember being like, I'm in so much trouble. And only my mum was home, and she was like, "Oh, you know, come to Kingston with me. I'm meeting Nan." I think this is awesome. Went to Kingston with Mum and Nan, had a McDonald's. And I was like, man, this is awesome. I have to break doors more often. I now kind of realise it was like my lot. She was giving me like one last perfect day before I got home and got a bollocking from my dad.
Brilliant. Luring you into a full sense of security.
One of pain. I remember my little brother Gary. He was. Gary's, you've met my brother, man. He's very, very funny guy. But as a kid, he was like a high energy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people said he had like ADD and stuff. Like I think it was just him being Gary. Cause he's now the most chilled out guy. He'll be great on this podcast because he's very funny.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what we
Both
argued
of you,
about.
man. Like Jason as well.
Oh man, Jason's wit is so razor sharp, man. But
these Armstrongs,
I know
boys
like,
and their fucking
like,
hilarious quips.
I was being chased by Gary. I pissed him off for some reason. I think I broke something of his, or I hit him, and he chased me.
Classic oldest brother.
Yeah. And my little brother chased me, and I was like, I need to run. I'm going, ooh, and he was. I remember he was growling and snarling behind me.
Oh, you know it's bad.
And I ran into the garage, and he picked up this little bit of wood, like a little plank of wood, and I went to slam the door, and as I went to close it, he threw this bit of wood. And it went in the garage, and as I was running, it hit me in the back of the head.
Oh.
And I just dropped. I hit the floor and was like, I can't move. And he just shut the door.
Fucking hell! Sadistic bastard.
Mate, this time he smashed a glass over my head once.
Yeah.
trod on my dinner and he's barefoot. Mate, if I was going to go into stories of me and my brothers growing up, I could do a whole episode. It's insane.
Fantastic.
That actually, I'd have to talk to my mum about that beforehand because, you know, at the time, I imagine it was horrific. I know we gave my parents hell growing up because they were just so out of control. But you tell the stories now, and they're so funny.
Oh yeah, of course, man. You got to laugh
when we were
at
at
it
Centre
now.
Parks once, and Jason started throwing the bowling ball on someone else's game. Or when Gary would take his clothes off and poo in the street. And
Brilliant.
Oh my god, we got massively sidetracked there.
Totally, I'm fine with that.
From
That's
Joe's
fine.
From Joe's corner of fear.
Bee stings, and brotherly antics.
It just takes you know what? Maybe that's something I have to do. Maybe
That's kind of the reason I like my corner, because it's like I'll give you something, and then we'll just fucking go from there with it. Like,
I reckon I might have to have a chat with my mum actually about stories from.
yeah, man.
If she's willing to talk, she might not be, but if she is, I'll take the portable recorder maybe and get her.
Yeah.
And get a few stories. If not, I'll make some notes. I'll talk to mum and dad and get
I'll
some
have to,
stories about us growing up because that'll be 90s part 3, I reckon.
Yeah.
We'll do
that definitely.
We'll do that. That'd be interesting.
You're gonna have to like come over to my house and we'll sit down with my parents and fucking think of some of the stories from then.
So we're gonna go into now our final segment.
And my sister as well, because she'll definitely have some stories.
I'd love to have your sister on the podcast,
That'd be
man.
badass,
I think she'll
wouldn't it?
enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I finally get to meet her.
Exactly.
Our interactions on Facebook.
There you go.
Anyway, why didn't you add me on Facebook, eh?
Bezzy
We've
mates.
chatted enough. How long before I come Uncle Greg, eh? And slowly take over Joe's life.
You'd be a better uncle than I would.
That's not true. That's not true. They love you. I remember you saying when they brought you bacon in your.
They did bring me bacon. That was pretty good.
That's just love.
I was they came to visit me at work the other day, my niece and nephew, and they were so confused because I think in their they kind of just sort of stood there, and like they usually like when they're at our house they're like super like they're doing their thing, and they're like always saying like hello and telling me about stuff, and like they came to the shop and they're kind of just sort of looking around, and they're just like,
oh, Joe's here.
In their minds, what I saw was them just thinking like, is this where he lives now?
Do they call you Uncle Joe?
It started out as Uncle Joe, and now it's just Joe.
My niece just calls me Greg.
Yeah.
She's 2
I kind of
years
like
old.
that.
I like it. She's only recently started noticing my tattoos.
It's more like I feel like more of a mate than an uncle.
She started becoming aware of my tattoos now. So like the where the wild things are tattoo, she strokes it.
Of course.
She strokes him and she's like, bear, cat, bear. She talked into the microphone one the other day.
That's brilliant.
She grabbed my arm and was like, hello.
That's so brilliant.
She looks at the vampire woman on my arms and she's like, lady, bats, lady. And I've got one on my chest. And she pulls like my t-shirt down and looks down my top. Cincha, I know.
Maybe that's
my father-in-law. He doesn't like tattoos. He's like, don't stop paying attention to him.
Maybe instead of a '90s one, we should just have a family episode.
She always...
And we'll get our parents, our siblings, and our nieces and nephews on it.
That's a lot of microphones.
Right.
We're gonna go into our last segment. It should be
very
one of the first ones we ever came up with.
Yeah.
When we first were kicking ideas around for the show. Something we'd always done though. Whenever we'd sit in the Fighting Cocks. Because it's very rare now we sit in that pub and read the paper together.
Yeah, there's no real need, but also like the
also
papers.
because they get a weirder selection now.
Well, it's not as tabloidy as it was before.
Yeah,
which is fine.
But we'd sit down and we would read the Sun and we'd drawing it. We'd draw cocks all over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'd always make time for Dear Deirdre.
Always.
You know, whenever
it was as well like Ellie always liked the photo casebook and what was going on.
Who doesn't?
In the afternoon, if you're in there and Ellie's behind the bar in the afternoon.
Oh, she's asked me to read them out.
She always just be like, "Hey, can you tell me what's going on?" I think that's how it kind of like came about, really. Like
because don't get me wrong. I don't like newspapers. The Sun is a vile fucking paper.
It is, but
the way it refers to arrest is nicked and tattooed man. Like it is bad and it is vile. And whenever I buy it and people see me with it, I feel a bit like dirty. But I have to be honest with you, I just like reading the Dear Deirdre.
Yeah, I like that.
I know it's bollocks, but I like reading
the thing
it.
is, though, I think it is good to actually read the Sun, but to see like the amount of bullshit they're feeding you.
Yeah,
that's the important thing. Because you can look at it and say like, yeah, they're a bunch of cunts. But you like to see like, I mean, because they're so like up the arse of like the Conservatives and stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm not going to get fucking political on this, but the other day they had a thing in there and it was about Jeremy Corbyn.
All right, yeah.
The Labour
In a tracksuit.
the Labour leader, and about how that he'd had some sort of function at this place, and they just sent some guy in to test all the toilets for cocaine use.
Ridiculous.
They've literally
I know, I saw that.
literally hired a man to go around the country testing places
They
for
love
cocaine
outing
use.
cocaine, don't
Yeah.
they? And marijuana.
Mate, how many fucking
Marijuana.
how many fucking editors and writers are cokeheads
Exactly.
at the Sun?
Exactly. So
Fucking loads of them.
So
and
this-
I'm happy to say it on here.
So
and
this
I don't care how
segment
more
before-
fucking
ju-
slanderous
ju-
it is.
It's not an episode unless Joe gets angry at some point. But
My
this
corner
is
is just going to be my anger, my
but-
angry dome.
This is our last segment, and to be fair, it is one of my favourites. This is, you didn't ask for it, but here's our advice anyway. Well, we answer agony aunts, not asked to us, but asked to professionals. We gather them from various papers, websites, anywhere we can source them.
Yeah.
And we hijack these agony letters, and we give our own unwanted advice, which is usually terrible.
Hopefully.
So, this is, you didn't ask for it, but here's our advice anyway.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? I don't want your advice. I don't want it. I don't need to listen to your talks. I don't want your advice. Just think you should marry the dog and be happy. I don't need to know what you have to say.
Disclaimer, do not take our advice. If you do, we'll not be held accountable for inedible heartbreak. Thank you.
I found a pack of condoms among my husband's things.
Oh, really?
When he got back from a weekend away. He said he got them out of a machine thinking they were mints. We're both 45. It's my second marriage, but I'm so unhappy. He gets drunk and is abusive. My children can't stand him. And they won't come
Kept
around.
the voice.
And they won't come around when he's there. I've told him to leave, but he doesn't want to end our marriage. I think because he'd lose face with his family.
So you found a pack of... Oh, lose a voice now. So you found some
please don't.
condoms.
So you found a pack of condoms. So you found a packet of condoms.
I was going to go a bit...
A bit Bill Cosby,
there.
Well, let me get the popping in there with the
Coming
condoms.
said
in
a
there.
great craziest things when I'm dragging the women.
Bill Cosby's a rapist.
Yes.
Ah,
I've told you, man, when we played the heads up game on our family holiday, and you know the game of the phone when it tells you your name and you've got to hold up over your forehead. And I had someone had Bill Cosby, and it was just like,
I'm a rapist.
so basically, it was a good family adventure. So basically, she found a pack of condoms amongst her husband's things, and his excuse was he got them out of a machine thinking they were mints.
That's bullshit.
She
isn't it?
doesn't mention whether they
sorry.
were open.
When was the last time you saw mints for sale in a toilet?
I don't know. I don't really look.
No, neither do I.
In the pub, there's condoms and the blue pill.
The blue, yeah, but it's not Viagra.
No, I think I saw mints in.
You bought me that once for my birthday.
We
and I
all,
took
yeah,
it.
everyone put money in, and we
Yeah.
sent you down to the strip club down the pill.
Yeah, and nothing happened until 6
next
a.m. the next
day.
day. Longest.
Wretched of my life.
I woke up hungover and hard. It was so weird. It was so weird.
Hang your clothes off it.
It was, man. I had a hat fucking resting on it. It was ridiculous. I couldn't leave my bed for 2 hours.
You put a hole in it like an indentation.
Fuck the life out of my mattress.
So last time I saw mints, I think, was Tesco's toilets in Sunbury. I swear they have mints and they have condoms.
We'll get
So I
confirmation.
took a picture.
We'll get confirmation.
Because
from
I
Holland.
took a photo of it and put it on Facebook and was like, I love that Tesco's have a condom machine in their toilet. In case you hook up in Tesco's.
Yeah, but because they don't sell them on the shop floor.
I'm going to get on with this fucking self-service machine.
There's no point in those machines being in a Tesco's because all of those things are available in Tesco's anyway.
Exactly. So she found a pack of condoms. She doesn't just mention whether they're open or not. And when she asked about them, he said they thought they were mints. I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit.
Bad excuse. Because why would you bring them home with you?
Yeah, just chuck them away.
Get rid of them.
He's an idiot for fucking... He should have chucked them away in the first... Even if he did buy them purposely, he should have chucked them away.
And what is this weekend away? Doesn't say for work, just weekend away.
Weekend
Very
away.
vague. She's in denial.
Yeah.
She's in massive.
I mean,
massive
that would have
denial.
suggested like a mate's, like a lad's weekend, but then he's 45. Maybe he's like, I don't know.
Again, and I don't like doing this, but I've just looked at the
At the actual response.
at the advice, and I'm quite shocked
Really?
by the advice. I don't usually
Get shocked.
tell him he's used up all his chances and has effectively already ended your marriage. Wow, that's
Wow.
harsh fucking words.
That's harsh, isn't
I've
it?
read ones on here where they've been like, "Oh, he fucked my sister.
They
He did
tiptoe
this.
around it, don't
He
they?
said to my sister, he abused my child. Oh, it's fine. You're still married. Second chance.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's an easy flip being
Perhaps-
sent your way.
perhaps
But
counselling
this
can
one-
help you.
This one's flat out. Your marriage is done.
Yeah.
Wow.
She must have been a.
To be fair,
on a
you
period
hate
that
him.
day.
He's drunk and abusive. Your kids hate him.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah. Why
Like-
would you stick around? I genuinely like. I mean, I don't really. Apart from maybe Rihanna, I don't really condone abuse upon people. But like, it's. I don't understand like why people would stay in that situation. I know it's kind of like it's. I mean, I'm an outsider in that situation, so it's not something for me to really understand. But like you're listing all that shit. And it's just get fuck out
I
of
can't
there.
imagine, man, because like, without getting too deep, you talk about that shit. If I'm going through a rough time, not in my marriage, but in my life,
Yeah.
like if I'm stressed out of work and whatever and I know it's affecting my home life, I will sit down with my wife and be
Yeah.
like, look, I'm being this way because of this,
Yeah.
and that's it. Then we talk about it, and she helped, and that's what it is. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
Like,
communication.
that's communication, and she already knows.
You're a fucking team.
She already knows. Like, she knows why I'm down, but you talk to her about it, and that's fine. Move on from there. But this, like, I mean, people, to be
There's
fair,
so
people that
many-
are writing to agony aunts anyway.
There's so many faults
already
in
know their
that
shit's up.
situation. In that situation, there are so many faults that no wonder the fucking agony aunt turned around and was like, "Nah, you fucked it."
Yeah, but I've never seen that be the answer before.
Nah.
You're done. And I kind of agree, to be
Yeah,
fair. I mean,
like,
like, you
he's
sound
so
like a knob.
done.
Sounds like a fucking knob.
Over and
Why
out.
don't you leave a diaphragm lying around and see how he likes it, and say you thought that they were balloons?
Balloons, brilliant. Mints.
I thought it was a filter for the
But it was
coffee
chewing
machine.
gum. It was ridiculous.
So I would say,
Over and out. That's
Let's-
a game over.
can't we give any ridiculous advice? Like,
Oh no, it's not incestual, so we
can't
can't
you
just
get,
tell
can't
him
you
to
get your
fuck his
kids
mum.
to beat him up?
Brilliant.
Suffocate him with the make him eat the
Yeah,
make
no,
him
kill
snort the
Kill him.
condoms.
Ah, there we go. I'll come over and teach you how to snort condoms.
That's what he was doing. He was learning his body shit. That'd be
Why-
a great excuse. If you had a missus and she was like, Joe, why have you got condoms in your bag? You could be.
could
well,
just be
well,
like,
watch this video on YouTube
Have I not? it's
of
just
me
like,
snorting a condom
That'd be-
out my mouth. That's what I'm doing with them.
If I had a girlfriend and she found condoms, I'd just be like, well, look, I never wanted to show you this because I was like, you know, you're kind of into me.
I
and,
wanted
like,
to save it for
I
our
wanted,
anniversary.
I kind of wanted to like, you know, over time, like tell you like all the embarrassing things that I used to do in my life, but like, so I like to snort condoms.
I like to.
Yeah.
Just sneaking away to
I like it.
toilets to snort
I like it.
condoms.
And then she's just gonna be like, I think we should see other people. I was like, I think you should see me snort this condom.
That's not how you use a condom, Joe.
That isn't.
I would say fuck him. Not literally fuck him. Get elbow him.
Nah. I
Kill
think
him.
just, yeah, man, kick him out. Tell him
Kick
to
him
fuck
out.
off.
Kick him out. Throw the condoms
If you kick
out.
him out, he's going to be like, oh, shit, I need to really get my act together.
Yeah. Leave.
And then he might try and, like you know, come in and just be like, oh, you know, I've really changed. I swear I'm not going to, like, break my knuckles on your nose anymore. Like,
Once they're abusive, out.
yeah, that's
Fuck
it,
'em.
man. Like, you don't have to fucking live with that. You know, this
Yeah,
is
but for
advice
comedy,
is,
but
this
for
advice
comedy
is
value,
far too serious
but
for
for
my
comedy
liking.
value, put every condom in that packet over his head.
Yeah.
Every
Filled
condom
with
over
other
his
men's
head.
spunk.
Wasn't there a viral video going around of people putting condoms on their heads?
Yeah, that was the different condom trick. I think that was, didn't we?
I remember a kid at school did that. He put it over his head and blew it up through his nose and was passed out.
I tried that once, but it broke, and then I just had like this condom ring around my face.
That's what you see.
like,
Put every condom in the packet around his head.
but filled with other men's spunk.
Yes, yes. Take the packet, go sleep with his friends,
Oh,
keep the condom
even better.
from each one and put it over his head.
Even better. Just fill them up with like shower gel that's like white, so it
Nice.
looks like
Yes,
spunk,
yes,
and just
yes.
leave them around the bedroom.
Not like the bright green
Yeah,
shower.
yeah.
It's all I could find.
I had this
Toothpaste.
I had this full blown
Stripe.
idea, like for this morning, like you turning up and stuff at my house. I had this full blown idea to like, but we didn't have shower gel for it. I was gonna put like some like white, spunky looking shower gel on the floor near the door, and like when you turned up, me just being like, because basically like the other day, Greg may have mentioned to my friends and suggesting that I just wank everywhere in my new flat. That's not the case. It's not the case at all.
I don't take my shoes off.
So what I was gonna do was literally when he opened the door was just me be on the floor, just like, sorry mate, I've just got to clear this up real quick. But I couldn't find the correct shower gel.
Reminds me of a story. There was when I worked in Summerfield, there was a customer called Bob who used to come in a lot all the time. He used to call me Lamppost coming all the time. I was like 15.
It's like, my name's Greg.
He was like a regular guy. I remember he would bought some toilet roll once. I was putting it through the till. He's like, "Yeah, it's nice to wipe your ass once in a while."
Once in a
Bearing in
while?
mind, I was like 15 when I started this job. I'm 31 now, and this guy is still in my life in some respects. Like, he comes into my work now to say hello. I bumped into him the other day. He's a really, really nice guy. Just before I got married, I bumped into him in Serban, and we went for a drink and got quite
really?
drunk. Yeah, really, really nice
Fantastic.
guy. But he told me a story once where they were like a rugby weekend away, and they got really fucking drunk. And one of the big guys, so he's a bit of a homophobe, like passed out. And they took him back to his room and they bent him over the bed. They pulled his pants and trousers down and they stuck a condom between his cheeks. And they went back to their rooms, and then for the next morning he came down late and just was acting all sheepish and didn't say anything. Like he never mentioned it.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. That's such a
is
good
brilliant.
idea. That's
That's one
such
of
a
the-
good idea.
one of the best pranks.
That's our advice to that. Do the extreme of that.
Yeah.
Take all the condoms, but you can fill them with shampoo. But I'd
Take
say
all the condoms-
actually have them used
No,
with his
even better,
friends.
even better. Take all the condoms and fill them with mints.
So there is our
Yeah,
advice again, which didn't involve incest or killing
for once.
for once. We were pretty good last time.
Yeah, we did all right.
So basically, these are our latest segments going forward. We're going to do these all the time, but we're going to mix them up so it won't always be the same every time. We do 2 or 3 an episode. Sometimes we won't do any. Our aim is to do 2 or 3 though. So it won't always end with Joe's Corner of Fear or Unwanted Advice. We want to mix them up. I mean, I hope you really enjoyed the little showcase. I'm really happy with the direction we're taking the show in now and mixing it up. And we're still open to suggestions, so by all means, tell us, man. Throw some ideas our way, man.
Always happy to do it.
Our next episode, we've mentioned previously, we now have the portable recording equipment.
Fuck yeah!
So if all goes to plan, the next episode is going to be not a live one, but an out and about one, recorded down the Fighting Cocks pub.
Yeah, we're
'Cause
going to.
we talk about it so much, like
That's it, and we talk about the bar staff and
Yeah.
the people there. So really, it makes sense for us to go and
Go to the source of the podcast.
and go to and include them.
that's where we met. That's where we had these discussions. That's where Dice Roller started. It's
That's
where
it.
All Seeing Guys started. You know, it's mine and Joe's fucking birthplace, I
There
guess.
was a bit of phone action there.
That wasn't me. I hope it was you. I think it was you.
It was me.
It was you, because I had a thing pop up on my screen saying blah 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 has commented on the All Seeing Guys page. So,
Is it?
but we're gonna get back to the source, meet the staff, talk about the place, just give you a feel of it, like
Yeah,
because
just, you know.
imagine it's a what if I almost did, but it might have got a bit depressing. Imagine if we hadn't met. Where would it be?
Well, we wouldn't be sat here
We
talking,
wouldn't,
talking
exactly.
about spunk and shit.
I can't imagine doing this of anyone else. I just can't picture it. Like,
I think about it, like there's a lot of people I wouldn't have met.
yeah.
Like if
90% of my greatest friends.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd say 75% of my closest friends and is from the Fighting Cocks, and the rest are from work, and maybe a couple from school.
that's it.
That's it.
I got I got my mates that like I knew from like school and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Well,
Have you now?
Well, a few here and there. But then obviously I've met people through them, and then there's like the pub where I'd spent a vast amount of my 20s.
And we've seen the bar staff change so much down
Absolutely.
there. So, anyway, we're getting sidetracked. We're not doing the next episode yet. But yeah, we're going to do an episode in the Fighting Cocks. I'm going to play a little trailer that we had Jack record for us. He won't like me playing this because he wants to re-record it properly. And I don't think it needs to be done because I think it's fucking funny. But he has a good movie tone voice. If he does re-record it, I'll replay his newer version. But as it stands, this is the trailer he recorded when me and him were out on the piss one day. He recorded it into my phone, and I turned it into this trailer, advertising the next episode, which would be us down the Fighting Cocks out in the field.
What up?
You've heard them in the pub. You've seen them on the street. Now, November 18th, which is a date that I completely fucking made up because apparently it sounds really cool when you hear it through a fucking movie theater producer's voice. The All-Seeing Guys, featuring the Fighting Cocks.
I am Greg.
I'm Joe.
And we are
The All-Seeing Guy.
So hopefully that episode will go out without a hitch.
I don't know what his problem is with that, man. That sounded
It's
fucking
awesome.
awesome.
It's so good, right? Our plan is today to head down there after this, actually. It'll probably be a few visits, but we're hoping to get to talk to all the staff, a couple of the regulars. And bearing in mind, it's the first time we would have used this portable recording equipment, so we'll see how it goes.
I mean, from what you played me like the kind of sort of like testers you've done in it sounds like the clarity on it, man.
But it's more just getting the level set up, how long it can be, blah blah blah, all that bollocks. We're still learning with that. Anyway, we're going to end with a track by a band called the Sinkings. We played with them on New Year's. Gig New Year's was really good fun.
Man.
I had a great fucking night, man. All the bands are on point. There was Dogtown Dojo and the Smoky Durries.
Smoking Durries, yeah.
Smoking Durries, they were fucking awesome as well.
They were rare.
Yeah, it was a really good fucking set. And Sinkings played a guy called Spud that plays a double bass in this. We had a good old banter on the inbox and Facebook talking about like beatboxings that they were trying to get a drum kit or fucking just clapping. And we started making like Clapper's Delight and like Clap the Police. Like,
Clap the Police.
But this track's from their SoundCloud. It was it's 3 years old, so I don't know if they appreciate us playing it or not. But anyway, they played a great fucking set. They're a bit of psychobilly rock, but this is the Sinking. So hopefully next time you hear us, it will be for the Fighting Cocks episode. Once again, Happy New Year! Cheers for sticking around.
And suck my dick.
Yeah, keep sharing us, pushing us. We need your help. We really want to push it this year. We've hit over 40,000 downloads.
We have,
to start this year, and we're aiming for 100,000 downloads.
I called it, man. I swear by June we're gonna hit that.
That's quite a jump as well, because we started around June, didn't we?
Yeah.
So from June to now, we've got about 40,000.
So help us hit 100,000.
Yeah, and get it. We want a bigger audience. We really want this show to really pick up this year. We're really going to push it. So thanks for listening. I have been Greg,
and I haven't also been Greg. I've been Joe,
and we've been the All-Seeing Guys. This is the Sinkings with.